Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'll be showing you how I'm gonna make a shirt for a male, and the measurement for this is medium size. If you can see here, I already have the back panel done. So I realized, oh, I should do a video to show you guys how to make a shirt. So I know I've done the back panel, but I'm going to start this video with the front panel, and it's basically the same, so no cause for alarm. As you can see here, the pattern for this is all going to be in double crochet, and you see the pattern is a mesh. So double crochet, mesh, double crochet, mesh, double crochet. It's very easy, very simple. I have my measurement here for 23 inches, and I've done the length depending on how tall the person is. So really it's very easy, but I'm going to do the front panel just very similar, identical, so you know how to make it. For this video I'm using the Obi yarn. It's a cotton yarn I'm using, 100% cotton. However, when purchasing this, I made a mistake and I purchased the 50 gram. Normally I'll use 100 gram, but for this video I bought a 50 gram, so we're going to use it like that. Very light, very comfortable, breathable. That's why cotton yarn. It's quite good for clothes, baby blanket and things like that. So yeah, let's get right into the video. I want to chain 102. So we're going for a chain of 102. This will start as our front panel. So starting, I'm going to go slowly for the beginners watching this video. A lot of people do it differently, but for beginner friendly, I would say this is the easiest way. Go round like this. Have a little cross over here. You can pull through your hook in if you like this. Then pick it up from the other side if you want to. All you have to do is just to pull this. That's your base. Yeah, not too tight so you can start. So other people, they hold their yarn differently. Some people do it like this for easy to to release tension. Some people roll it like this is how I do mine, just where I'm more comfortable. Like I said, do it whatever makes you comfortable. So what we're doing, we're going to chain 102. So this starts as our base. So it's very easy. You yarn over and you pull through the loop. 1. We'll go again. Yarn over, pull through the loop. 2. See, yarn over, pull through the loop. 3. As you're going, you come closer, you release tension from the yarn like that. Go over. 4. I can't remember when we've counted. 5, 6, like that. Again, 7. Yarn over. 8. Yarn over. 9. Yarn over. 10. We're going to continue like this until we reach 102, and I'll meet you there. We've done 102 chain. Look at it, 102. So now we're going to start with the first row, which is the double crochet. So I'm using American language, double crochet. In British is treble crochet. So I'll show you how that is done. But first of all, we're going to chain an extra 2, and that is to create a bend. Because we're going into row 1, we need to bend. We're going to create an extra 2. That 2 would not count as a stitch. I'll show you. So 1, 2. So now for a double crochet, very easy. We're going to yarn over. We're going to count from the third, go closer, the third chain from the hook. This is the hook. This one is the hook. It's now counted. So 1, can you see? We go closer. 1, 2. So we're going to the third chain, yeah. So 1, 2, and 3. So let's go again. We yarn over. 1, 2, and into this one. So we're going to go into that chain, yarn over. We have 3 lying on the hook, yarn over. We have 2 loops on the hook, then yarn over 1 loop. That's what we call a double crochet. 3 on the hook, 2 and 1. If you want a video where I could just show you all the basic stitch, you can put in the description and I can have a video. So we've gotten to the very last chain, so we're going to put a double crochet into that one like we've been doing. So just yarn over, put into the last hook. Sometimes it can be fiddly, so whatever suits you, just make it work. So okay, so that's 102 double crochet. Remember, this first one does not count as a stitch because it was our two extra turns, so please don't count this one. Make sure you're counting from the next up to what we've just done, 102. So that's our first row completed. So I'm going to show you how we're going to go into the second row, which is going to be our mesh design. So at this point, you're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and turn your work over. Just turn over like so. We're going to put in the first double crochet. We're going to put the double crochet into the first hook, which is going to be in this one. So here we're going to put the first double crochet. So yarn over into the first chain. We're not skipping to the next, we're going into this one, which is going to count as your first double crochet. That's 1. Then into the next, going to the next one. So it's going to be very easy from here because you know where you're going. You're going into the 2. If you turn your work like so, you see the double crochet. So you're going into, make sure you're catching the both strands, if that makes sense. So at this point, we're doing our mesh. So after you've done 2, what you have to do is chain 1, skip the next stitch, and go into the other one. So to that one, double crochet. So we're doing the next double crochet into the next one. So you can see a pattern there. The pattern is 2 double crochet. The pattern is 2 double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, chain 2 crochet into the next. I'll do that again. So you chain 1, skip the next stitch and go into the next one, double crochet. Remember, I've done the back panel before off camera and I'm just doing the front panel. Remember, the front panel has to be exactly the same at the back panel. So yeah, that is the pattern here. So we continue like that, chain 1, skip 1, like so. Double crochet is one of the easiest stitch to do. When you get a grip of it, it's quite easy to do. And this pattern is easy as well. It's just a mesh double crochet. Yeah. So yeah, you have to continue like this to the very end, and I'll meet you at the end. Okay, you can always pause it, go back to how I've shown it. So like I said, 2 double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, go into the next, and at the very end we should have 2 double. We've gotten to the last part of the second row, so skip 1. We've chained 1 already, yeah. Skip 1 and just put it into the last 2. So that's complete our second row. So we're going to go into the third row, and I think you can see from now we're just doing like from the, I'll bring back the back panel so you can remember the pattern that we're going for, which is double mesh, like that, like that, like that. So make sure we're doing the same thing. Our mesh, we have 35, so we'll continue like that. So I'll show you how the third round, make sure you're counting, so I'll show you how to do the third round, and you can continue from there up until the point I'll show you. So chain 2, 1, 2, turn your work, do a double crochet into the very first stitch, double crochet into the second stitch, now into the space. So remember, you chained one when you're doing your mesh, so this space you just chain one into it. That's all you're doing. So you're basically putting one chain, or rather one stitch, one double stitch into every of the previous row, including the space. So like that, that's what we're doing. Make sure you don't miss any space, and make sure you don't put two stitch into. You would know if you made a mistake, you would know from but just be mindful. That's the beauty of crochet. You can always take it back. If you make a mistake, take it all out and start again. It's all part of the process. Yeah, so it's basically like putting 3 double crochet into a set, if that makes sense. So just continue your work like that. Excuse me. Continue your work like that, double crochet all through to the very end, and when you get to the very end, just chain 2, turn your work and do the mesh all over. When you get to the end, you turn your work, chain 2 and do the double crochet. So yeah, that's what we're doing up to the very top. So because this is a front panel, it's going to be slightly different from the back panel. I'll show you what I mean in a second. Let me finish this. So this is what we have so far. Yeah, coming nice. It might not look the way you want it to look at the very beginning. Like I said, because it's the very beginning, it might look funny, but like you can see, the back panel looks so beautiful, very soft, very light. Front panel, which we've started, so we need to make sure it gets up to a certain length. So what we're doing, we're going to measure our back panel. The length is 22 inches. 22 inches, that's our 53 rows. So what we have to do is divide that by 3. So 22 divided by 3, so that's about 7.3. So we'll take our tape, measure 7.3, okay, here, and we're going to count how many rows that is from there to the top. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So what we're doing, we're taking 17 out of the whole 53. So 17 minus 53, that is 36. So we're going to have 36. So we're going to be doing our front panel, which we've started, which one in the 3rd row. We're going to do up to 36 rows. So what we started, which is our double crochet, mesh, double crochet up onto 36, and I'll meet you. So guys, I've come to a bigger space so I can show you the next step. So after finishing your front panel, just making the back panel for reference only. So after finishing your front panel, remember we did it up to 35 rows, so we have 17 left. All you have to do is to leave 8 stitches in between. So you can use a stitch marker. I'm using bobby pins because that's what I have at the moment. So we're leaving 8 stitches in between. So you're going to count 1, 2, don't forget the one in between, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So what we're going to do, we're going to do as double crochet, the same pattern we'll be doing up on here, one here, then we'll start our decrease to form the collar. So we're going to subtract, remember we have 17 to go in our back panel to make it equal. So we're going to do 11 rows of normal double crochet before we get on to the decrease. So we're going to crochet 11 rows of
double crochet. At the tip here, just the usual chain 2, 1, 2, then you turn your work. Now we're going to do double crochet up until marker, up until here. Just the usual we've been doing here, double crochet, double crochet, like so. Just gonna continue. So we've gotten to where the marker is, stitch marker. So we're gonna take that out so that can come out. We're just gonna do the last double crochet in there. So we're gonna turn our work as usual. Just turn your work, chain 2, just the usual method, the usual pattern. We're gonna do our normal pattern, double crochet in here to the next one. Normally we'll chain 2, remember, chain 2, skip and go to the next, but we're gonna chain and a third one before we skip, and I'll tell you why. Yeah, so we're doing 3, then we're gonna chain 1, skip, so it can follow the pattern. Remember, I will show you the pattern. Remember the pattern: 2, the mesh, double crochet, the mesh. So if we just do 2, it's not gonna follow, so we need it to continue to make sense. So we'll do 3 here, chain 1, we're gonna skip 1 as usual, we go into the next chain, another 1, so we can have the mesh making sense. Chain 1, I don't know if you saw that, skip 1, sorry, skip 1, skip 1, yeah, then chain in here. I'm just gonna show you. So we have right now. So we have our mesh, double mesh, and it's all in line, it's following the line. That's what we want. So we're gonna continue. Just what we're doing, we'll continue up till row 11. So chain 1, skip 1, just the same way. If it's quite confusing, all you need to do is skip, replay it again, and it's quite easy when you get the hang of it, like that. So continue same way, double crochet mesh until you get to the 11th row, and I'll meet you there. Then we can start the decrease. Now we've done the 11 rows, it's time to start decreasing. So decreasing is very easy. We're just gonna do our usual chain 2, 1, 2, turn our work. Now we're going to only decrease from the inner corner, which is here. So in this case, we're going to skip 2. This is not one of it because this is a turning chain, so we're going to skip 2, 1, 2, and we're going to go into this one. As the usual, skip 2 in here, a normal double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, and go into this one, and continue your pattern. Okay, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet. We're going to do this to the end.
And when you get to the last, look, or following the pattern, when you get to the last three stitch at the end, I'll meet you there.
So I've gotten to the end of the row, which is just the usual chain one, skip one, and do your double crochet into the last two, just as we've been doing before. Excuse me. The last one is this one. Okay, so that's one row done. Remember, we're doing 6 rows of the decrease. Yeah, so this is it, how the decrease looks. Remember, we're only decreasing in the inner corner. So we're just going to do the usual chain 2, turn your work, just continue. Now I'll meet you at the very end where I'm going to show you how we're going to decrease again. So remember, we're going to do this for 6 rows. Okay, so I've gotten to the last 3 stitches. So that's 1, this hole, remember, 2 and 3. Remember, this is not counted as a stitch because it's the turning chain. So we're going to decrease by 2. So always have in mind that we're decreasing by 2 stitches. So chain 1, skip 1, skip 2, and go into the last 2 chain, last stitch rather, and as you've decreased again. All right, so decrease by 2, chain 2, and you turn your work. Now we're going to decrease again. We're going to decrease again by 2. All right, 1, 2. I'm going to skip 2. I'm going to skip 2 and go into this one. All right, 1, 2. Okay, chain again. Now we're doing the mesh. All right, chain 1, skip 1. Okay, now we're going to decrease again. Remember, we're decreasing from only the inner corner. We're going to decrease again. So decreasing by 2, skip 1, 2, and going to the next one. Yeah, 1, 2, going to the next one. Remember, this is the rule for the mesh. So we're going to do another one. Okay, now for it to be equal, we need to do let's see what we're doing right now. So that's 1, 2. We need to do a third one, so it will go in line with the mesh design. Okay, skip 1, chain 1, skip 1, go into the next one. Now we can go on the usual pattern. Chain 1, skip 1, go into the next, like so. Chain 1, skip. If you think it's confusing, just pause, go back and see how we're doing it. It's quite easy when you get the hang of it. Alright, so you're just going to continue like this. Remember, we are decreasing to 6 rows, so continue until you get to the 6th row, which will make it 17 altogether. So we've come to the end of the 6th row. I'm just gonna show you how I finished off. 1, 2, 3, the last 3 stitches. So skipping to 1, 2, so going to the last one as the last decrease happening. All right, so that's the end. Just gonna chain one and cut off. Just tighten your work. That's it. This side done. So I want to go into the other side, start the other side. So remember where our marker is. I can take that one out. So we're going to do the exact same thing we've done. Just chain one to secure. That's your slip stitch done here. Chain two, 1, 2. Just going to do what we've been doing. Chain into the first one. One. On the other side. 2. Right. Change the space. Now I'm not going to show you how we're going to do it because you already know from the other side. So I'll just stop here. Show you. So what we want to do is to do the exact same thing that we've done here. Do 11 rows of normal pattern and 6 rows of decrease. Then I'll meet you when we have both of them. So we've gotten 2 equal neckline. So now we're going to focus on the collar. So you turn your work. We'll do the side first. So our target is the 11th row without the decrease. So we'll count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's 11th row. So we're going to go in there and put a chain. So what we're doing basically this time around, we're going to go into all the rows, the 11th row with a single crochet. I'll just do a slip stitch there. Yeah, so we're gonna put 2 single crochet, 2 single crochet up to the end. I'll just show you and closer. Single crochet, just crochet into that same row. So that's 1. You do 2 of that in here. Go to the next row, 2 single crochet, and that. This is just basically to clean the rough edges, if that makes sense. So do that and I'll meet you at the end of the row. Okay, meet you at the end there. Okay, now that we've gotten to the end, so we're going to go into the next stitch. But instead of going through single crochet like this, we're going to go into the back loop. So we're going to do a slip stitch. A slip stitch is basically just going into the loop like this, pulling it in and pulling it in as 1. So we're going to go to the second second stitch and do a slip stitch just like that as well, but into the back loop. All right. Okay. Then you turn your work. We're going to skip 2 stitches. We're going to skip 1, skip 2, and going to the third one, we're going to do a single crochet. Then continue like that to the end. So we're going to do a single crochet up through the end. Single crochet is the easiest kind of stitch, but obviously it's not every project you use it for. If you need something very tight, we use a single crochet. That's why we're using single crochet to clean the ends of the work basically. You can feel it. It looks very tight. It looks tight. It is very tight. So because we're doing the collar, so I want the collar to be stiff, you know. So you do like this up to the end. So basically gonna do 8 rows of this to cover up the 8 stitches that were left in the middle of both collars in the beginning. So last stitch. So basically we've gotten to the end of that row, chain 1, turn your work, single crochet up onto the end, and I will meet you there where we'll do another slip stitch into the next 2 loops. So meet you at the end. So we've gotten to the end here, so we're going to go into the next 2 loops. So this is 1 and this is 2. So a back loop, we're going to do a slip stitch 1, and into the next one do a back loop, that one, a back loop, yeah, slip stitch 2. Okay, turn your work, skip to 1, 2, and single crochet. Okay, we're gonna do this up until we get to the last 2 stitches that we're supposed to do a back loop, and then I'll meet you there. So just basically continuing this until you get to 8 rows. If you didn't get 8 rows, you should go back, calculate, and see where you've had a mix up, or if you have more stitches left that you've not filled up. I don't know if that makes sense, but the goal is to have 8 rows, and that 8 rows is because of the 8 stitches you left in between the neckline, in between the collars from the beginning. So continue like that. You should have something like this. Go, and I'll see you at the end. Okay, so we've gotten to the last 2 to complete our set. Look how nice it's looking. So yours should be that way. So just as we've been doing, to the last 2, will back loop, where is it, back loop slip stitch, yeah, that you've been doing since. So slip stitch, and the last one, back loop slip stitch, yeah. Okay, then last one, just turn your work as I've been doing, skip to 1, 2, and you continue your single crochet, and that will be the first collar, or rather the first neckline down. It's not the collar yet. Still a work in progress, but we'll see how it will come out nicely. So just continue. Now that into the last stitch, chain 1, then cut 0. Okay, so that's one side complete. Yeah, so we're gonna do this side. I'm gonna show you how we're gonna do this because it has to kind of overlap on top of each other. So go in here like the way we started the other side. So we're going to start from the one that didn't have the decrease, as in 11th row. So count again so you don't make mistake. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. So obviously you can see where the decrease started from here. So we're going to go into here, just add your however way you choose to add your yarn, whatever way you're comfortable with. Yeah, so we're going to do the same thing we did there, which is what 2 single crochet into all the line to the very end. Okay, and I'll meet you and I'll show you what we're going to do at this point, because it's going to be slightly different. So I'll meet you at this point. Now we've gotten to the end of the first row, so I'm going to show you how we're going to do the slip stitch into the back loop. Obviously, we can see this one is very visible, so we're just going to the back loop to do a slip stitch. That will go. So you're going to turn this work very well. You need to try and see the remaining back loops from the previous 8 stitches. We've done it already, so I'm just going to show you where to go. When you're doing your work, you will find it is there. Okay, I'm just going to show you. I'll show you the back so you know what we're doing. So this is the back loop of 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and the 8th one we've already put in. Remember, it has to be 8, so we're doing it equally. So just gonna put it into the back loop of that one. Yeah. Oops. A slip stitch. Yeah, then you turn your work. Skip 2. Oh. Skip 2. So excuse me. So you've turned the work. We're gonna skip 2, 1 2, and your usual single crochet up until the very end. So basically that's what we're doing. We're gonna put it into the when we do our single crochet up until the end, chain 1, go back here, and when you get here, you go on to the next back loop, which is 1 and 2. You can see it like this now, 1 and 2. When you go again, you come back 1 and 2, and you see there. Yeah, do it and you come back and we can continue with the actual collar, and I'll meet you there. So just continue 8 rows until you're done with all the back loops, and I'll meet you at the very end, and we can continue. Okay, so this is how your work should look, like so. So just putting the back panel against the front panel, we're going to join the shoulder together. So now we're going to join the edges together. We're going to be using a slip stitch. We're going to start with this side until here. So what we're going to do, we're just joining a new yarn. So edge by edge, just going to put a new yarn in. So remember, you can do this however you choose. Chain 1. So we're going to go into the next stitch. Can bring it closer. So just go in one at a time and make sure you're joining each stitch the same on the back. So it's a slip stitch, it just goes in. Gonna do that again. So pick up this one and this one. So make sure you're getting every stitch together. and a slip stitch. Okay, same with the other one. So we're joining it. There are different ways to do to join the corners. Some people use slip stitch, some people use single stitch, single crochet. So it's up to you. So we're gonna do this from here on until this point. I just need 2 more stitches to go. And just do the last one. That's it to the end. Slip stitch. Okay, chain 1, then you're gonna cut. Just draw that out. Okay, so this is what we have so far. This is, remember, this is the wrong side, which is basically the back, and when you open around, you want your inside to be as smooth as this. So this is what we call the right side, which is going to be the front. So we're doing the rough things at the back, if that makes sense. Then what you're going to do next is going to join the side now. So we want to do just what we've done on the right side, we're going to do on the left side. You're going to join from here. Just going to join from here. We've done the shoulders, we've turned now to the right side. So this is the right side of your work, the front side of your work. So we're going to be going back to our collar. Remember, we did not cut off the yarn. We're going to continue from there now. So what we're going to be doing, I'll bring this closer. So what we're going to focus on doing now is to do the neck and down to the collar. So remember, we have 8 rows in here. We're going to do half double crochet. So I might make a video sometime showing you how to do single crochet, half double crochet, and double crochet, but I'm just going to go right into half double crochet into all 8 rows. So it's basically just chain 1. This is our first row. So we have 8 rows. Let's count. 1, 2, 3. Should be 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So going to the first one, 3 hook on the 3 on the hook. So just gonna yarn over and go into other hooks. Can be tricky. I'll show you that again. So going to this first row. So that's 1. Going to the next one. 2. And the third one. 3, 4, 5. And 8. The last one. So that's 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we're going to go into the, remember this decrease, we've not touched it at all. So what we're going to be doing, we're going to be going into, how many rows of this do we have? I think it was 6. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to go into them with double 2 half double crochet. So go into here. So into all the decrease, we're going 2 half double crochets in there. That's 1. Then into the next one. 1, 2. Yeah, half double crochets into to the end there. So we've gotten to the end of that. Now we're gonna go now to the back panel. So we're gonna go through all of this stitch, half double crochet until the end. Then when we get into the decrease again, we're gonna do same 2 half double crochet into them, and when you get there, you do half double crochet 8 of them, then I'll meet you here. So I'll come again, back panel, 1 half double crochet up until this point. Then when you get again to the decrease, 2 half double crochet on this side and 1 half double crochet on here, then I'll meet you there. You can pause and see exactly how we've done from this side. Just repeat. So I've come to the end of that line. I've done half double crochet up until this point. So what I'm going to do now, we're just going to chain 1, turn your work. So we're going to do 2 half double crochet into the first chain here. So half double crochet, 1 and 2 half double crochet, then 1 half double crochet round. So what we're going to do, 1 half double crochet all through to the very end. So what we're doing, half double crochet round, and when you get to the last stitch, you're going to put 2 half double crochet, chain 1, turn your work, go round, come back here, put 2 half double crochet, and we're going to do this for 8 rows. So I'll show you. I'm just going to do round and come to this point, and I'll meet you there. So we've gotten to the last stitch at the end. We're going to put 2 half double crochet in here. So one and 2. Okay, so you chain 1 and you turn your work. Okay, so you chain your work. We're going to put 2 double crochet in here. To the first stitch, 2 half double crochet. I'll do that again. 2 half double crochet, 1, 2. Then you continue as usual your half double crochet. So it's very simple. So we've done 1 row. This is the second row. We're going to make it 8 rows. That would form our collar. Just keep going. 1 half double crochet into all the stitch. Half double crochet. So yeah, that's what we want. So how 1 half double crochet into all of the stitch. Show you what I mean. So 1 half double crochet, go round, half double crochet, and you get here, 2 half double crochet, the last, chain 1, turn your work, half double crochet like that 8 times. So this is what your work should look like. So remember, when you get to the end, just chain 1 and cut your yarn. That's it. So that's the collar done. Your work should look like this. Looks nice. That's your collar. So now we're going to go into the sleeve. So you turn your work. We're still working on the right side, remember, because we're doing the hand working on the right side. So we're going to be measuring for this shirt. We're doing 8.5 inches for the measurement. 8.5 inches, so that's gonna be here. So here we'll put our stitch marker. For me, I'm using the bobby pin, so it's just put at the edge here. Check that again to make sure I've gotten the right one. And sorry, so 8.5 here. So that will work. So we're gonna count 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21. So I'm going to count for the other side, so it's going to be equal. Attach a hook into this, take the pin out. Now we're going to chain 2. So what we're going to do, we're going to put 2 double crochet into each row. So we counted 21. It depends on whatever inch you're working on for your shirt. So for me, I'm doing 8.5 and I'm getting 21 rows. So 2 double crochet into every row. So go into the next. Like that. Go into the next one. 2. We're gonna do this to the very end. So going from here on to the other side. All right, and I'll meet you. So we've gotten to the last stitch. Take my stitch marker off. You're gonna put your 2 double crochet in as you've been doing. So that's the end of the first row. So what we're going to do, the plan now is to go back to our original pattern, which is double crochet mesh, double crochet mesh. So I'm going to do the same thing because this is the sleeve. So you chain 2, 1 2, turn your work as usual. 1 double crochet into the first stitch, remember our pattern. Into the next stitch, another double crochet, then you chain 1, skip 1, chain 1, skip 1, go into the next one, double crochet, go into the next one, double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, to the next one, double crochet, double crochet. See it, chain 1, skip 1, yeah, double crochet, then double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet. So this is what we intend to do. So this is row 2. So we're gonna do, when we get to the end, you chain 2, turn your work, and do repeat row 1. Anyway, I'll meet you at the end of this one and I'll show you how to go on. Now we're in the last chain of the row, so we're just gonna skip the last one and go into the very last chain. Is here. So we're gonna do our usual chain 2, turn your work. So following the pattern, we're just gonna do our regular double crochet. So double crochet. So we're repeating row 1, if that makes sense. Our usual, as we've done in the very beginning, the pattern. So it's double crochet mesh, double crochet mesh until we get so we want it to end. For this project, we're doing it to 5 inches. For this project, we're going to continue until we get 5 inches. Okay, so you're going to continue double crochet mesh, double crochet mesh, double crochet mesh, and when we get to 5 inches, we should be ending it with a double crochet. So we're going to continue. So when you get to the end of this row, chain 2, turn your work, double crochet, skip chain one, skip one, double crochet, like that. So just the usual pattern we did for the body up until 5 inches, and I'll meet you there. So we've gotten to the end of the length, the desired length that we want, 5 inches. So that will do. So I'm just going to show you how we're going to do the border. So we're going to chain 2, 1, 2, then you turn the work. We're going to be doing what we call front and back post. So front and back post. Come closer. This one we're going to go like this, front post, 3 loops on the hook, 2 and 1. That's front post. Then back post, go on the back like so. The back post. I'll show you again. So we're going to do alternating back, front. So front post, this, back post. If you're not sure how to do this, you want me to make a separate video of just doing front and back post, I can show you. It's quite easy. Front post, back post. Again, so alternating front post, take it like this. And back post. So your work should look like this. And that's how it should be at the back. So we're going to do this all the way to the end, and I'll meet you there. So we've come to the last of it, so just go in. Last one. And that's it. That's how your work should look. It's very, very beautiful. Because it's white, you might not appreciate the way it looks, but if you try another color, like at the other side, it's lovely. So usual, you chain 1 and you cut your yarn. That's that done. All we have to do is to repeat this side and this other side. So because we already know the measurement, you don't need to measure 8.5 inches, just count the rows, do the exact same thing, and I'll meet you. So this is how your work is looking at the moment. So we have one arm done. This is the front, so this is how it should be. Then we're going to do the side, exactly the side, the same thing we've done here. Then I'll meet you when you finish. Now that we're done with both ends, we're not going to join yet, so they're still open. We're going to do the bottom first. So it's basically the same thing we did in the end, the border we're going to do for the bottom. So this is completely up to you what you would like and how long you want it to be. I'm going to start with the back panel. So I'm just going to start and work from here. Attach your yarn as usual to the edge. So we're going to do the front post, back post. First of all, you chain 2. 1, 2. Then we're gonna start with front post, just the same way we did the hand ribbon. So remember, in the hand, the border we only did 1. Sorry, I'll show you that again. So just be mindful. So we're going in here first, front post. We did 1, but this time around, it depends on how tall the person you're making it for, or how long you want it to be. So go back post. So this part is completely optional to how many you want to do. So we're just doing it like that: front post, back post, front post, back post. Just take your time with it, no rush. Yeah. I'll meet you at the end, so I'll show you how to do more. So when you get to the end, I'll meet you there. I've gotten to the last stitch. Just do my front post, then chain 2, turn your work. Yeah. So what we're doing, we're just following what we've done in the previous row. We're gonna go in here. This is the front post, so we'll do another front post on it. That's it. Back post on the back post. Front post on a front post. And just continue like that. So this is the second row. And when you get to the end, chain 2, turn your work, and continue to the number that you desire. Remember, we're starting the back panel, so whatever you do on the back, you do on the front. So basically, this is just an extra length and a border to the shirt. So that's all we're doing, and we're going to join the ends after everything, and that's basically your shirt done. So this is how it's looking. So this is how your border is going to be like. So just continue. Some people do it alternating. Some people do front on a back post, back on a front post. Entirely up to you. But I like the design, and when you see, when it comes more, it's always looking very pretty. So just continue, and I'll meet you at the end. When you do the back, do the front the same length, and I'll meet you at the end, and we can join. We've come to the end of the row. I did 6 rows of the front and back posts, so that's it done with the front and back panel. So we're almost at the end of this project. So what we'll have to do now is turn to the wrong side, which is the back. We're going to be joining this side together. We're going to be using slip stitch up to the very end. Slip stitch. So join your yarn. Start from the first stitch. Remember the slip stitch. In this case, we're going to slip stitch, chain 1, go into the next, slip stitch, the next stitch, slip stitch. So take your time with this and make sure you don't miss any row. So make sure you're going into both. So you're looking at it, slip stitch, chain 1. All right, the chain 1 is just to make it more firm. Go into the next one, slip stitch, chain 1. Okay, next, slip stitch, chain 1. So we're going to continue like this. This is how your work should look, and you can turn into the right side to make sure to see if you're happy with this or not. So yeah, we're just going to continue this up to the very end. to the end. So you do that, chain one and cut off your yarn, and you go the other way, and that will be your shirt complete. Sewing all the ends, and that's how to make a male t-shirt.